Hello everyone, my name is Carla, and today we're going to introduce an incredible Mexican artist and leader called Frida Kahlo, who many may already know, but for those who don't know her, pay close attention because her story is fascinating. First, I will present, and later, Evelyn will follow. The other members of the group are Joan, Stella, and Aaron. We will first introduce Frida, her vision, and her values. We will then discuss leadership theories, followed by reflection. Let's start. Frida Kahlo was born in Mexico City in 1907. She's one of the most popular female painters in Mexico and is known as the founder of modern Mexican art. She is also a muse in the field of culture and the vanguard of women's rights. Disabled by illness and a serious car accident in her youth, Frida was in pain throughout her life. Frida used her tragic life experience to create a distinctive, unique artistic style, and used her work in order to explain her unique perspective on women. Her style uses strong visual impact of colors as well as a lot of self-portraits that often show Frida in a struggle between life and death. Frida's deep influence on the cultural and creative industries began in the 1990s. The art she created has a great influence on the subsequent art and fashion files. For example, the Mexican edition of Vogue magazine has featured her on the cover of several times. Frida's vision was and continued to be strong. She was a portrait of feminism and a disruptor of gender roles, as well as defender of the marxism and the rights of indigenous people. As we can see in the first photo of her during her life, she would dress in suits, showing her feministic views. We can also see her cultural passion. She loved to wear traditional Mexican costumes. Also, she actively participated in politics, a role that was assigned almost exclusively to a male gender. She was a brave woman who was not afraid to show her true face to the public, and her legacy is not her artistic creations, but rather her attitude towards life and her values headed for passion and transparency. As a team, we distinguish 5 values that mainly represent her, which are defined by one of her famous quotes, along with a photo or one of her paintings. The first one is courage. What doesn't kill me fits me. This image represents each of her pains tied to her. Kahlo showed courage and perseverance in her career and life, fighting off everything that would hold her down. Hope. What do I need feet for when I have wings to fly? One of her paintings represents the value of hope, 3 of hope, stay strong. It showed that despite undergoing several surgeries, she was hopeful that she would get better. Creativity. Painting has filled my life. Paint has replaced everything. I think there is nothing better than work. Here we can see her painting from her bed. Suffering and challenges for Frida were definitely opportunities. Love. Fall in love with yourself, with life, and then with whoever you want. Love is about acceptance, and Frida learned throughout her life that in order to accept others, she had to accept herself. She was completely in love with her husband Diego, but there are also some rumors that she had a romantic relationship with the singer Chabela Vargas and the communist Leon Trotsky. And finally, freedom. I'm free to hurt myself. Without a doubt, Frida was a free woman, and this was a reflection in her works in which she spoke openly about sexuality, abortion, breastfeeding, or motherhood. According to Kahlo's values and our analysis of her, we agree that she is a combination of transformational leadership and authentic leadership. Transformational leadership is often referred to as charismatic leadership, where the leader works with teams or followers to create visions and having a strong sense of values. Although in Frida's Kahlo's era, it was not like today's society networks to show how many fans you had. Kahlo was full of charm and personality. Firstly, her dressing style is one of her most distinctive features. Although Kahlo relies on medical care, she doesn't allow her medical requirements to define her as a disabled person. In fact, she even decorated her plastered chest, demonstrating her unique creativity. Kahlo's breaking of gender stereotypes, such as her thick eyebrows connected together and her resistance to feminine dress, has made her one of today's women's rights representatives. Now, Evelyn will continue.
Authentic leadership emphasizes transparency, genuineness, and honesty. Authentic leaders are those who are faithful to themselves and what they believe. There are also ethical leaders who inspire trust and motivation in others. So, why was Frida an authentic leader? We think the first reason is Frida was true to herself. She challenged the feminine normal and gender stereotypes of her time. For example, she liked to wear men's clothes for family photos, and she even intentionally exaggerated her unibrow and facial hair in her self-portraits. Thus, both examples illustrated how she embraced her true self without being defined by society. And the second reason is Frida was open and honest about dramatic experiments. She didn't hold back when it came back to portraying her pain, like in The Broken Clue. She expressed all the pain she experienced in related on her paintings. Frida was brave enough to show her pain and vulnerabilities through her art, and she accepted her true self in any way. To summarize, Frida was true to herself. She was neither afraid to challenge the status quo nor reveal her vulnerability. Her courage and authenticity inspired many people, thus demonstrating her authentic leadership. Okay, next part is reflection. We think Frida's influence is divided into three main areas. First, Frida expanded the history and culture of Mexico into her art, making Mexican culture popular in the world. And the second is that Frida's artistic style has had a major influence on subsequent art and fashion, and many artists and designers has been inspired by Frida. And the third is that Frida has inspired society to think about feminism through her own unique female perspective, and thus Frida is also known as a pioneer of feminism. Through the previous analysis of the leadership skill that Frida Kahlo, but these two types of leadership also have their advantages and disadvantages. Their strengths are that they can lead to higher performance and satisfaction of their teams, as well as can increase the happiness of their team's member. Secondly, they can increase the connection between their leaders and the team member. Provide consistency to the organization and help to strengthen the cooperation within the organization. And their limitation is that it is very demanding on the leader and can lead to wrong influences and decision if the leader himself is negative. This type of leadership can create fatigue in team's member and motivation cannot be sustained. Also, the leader places ethical standards in an organization that can be controversial. This type of leadership also faced a variety of challenges, such as motivating followers and lack of honesty feedback. These challenges provide obstacle to the implementation of this type of leadership, but this leadership may only be truly effective with a pioneer like Frida Kahlo, and they may not really apply to companies or teams. Yes, the above is the report of our group. Thank you for your time.